Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of WBAM, a podcast about the films of Denzel Washington, the subject of our next actor series, career arc series. It's been a minute since we finished our Tom v. Tom, but now we're back. We're introducing the fourth career arc series. Welcome. My name's Ernest.
My name is Hunter.
And I'm Drew, and I was just caught jester maxing, or I was frame mugged, but I don't know. I can't do it.
Yeah, we lost.
I'm trying to grow our base.
Can you? So, Ernest, I was expecting you to come in with the name for the podcast series, and I guess I'm assuming that the name has not been decided on yet.
We did pick a name.
We did.
We did. I mean, I threw out.
Did we?
I threw out a bunch of options, and you guys picked one. And
Man, I don't remember that.
The name of the series is Mike on Fire.
Oh, that's right. That's a good one. Okay.
So I think that's what we should go with. All the other ones were
I thought you were
really
gonna go with Jester Maxing.
all the other ones were really. Should we reveal some of the other
what are
options?
what was left on the cutting room floor there?
The Pelican Mike, Mike Javu.
The buying of Mike 123.
Remember
That's
the
good.
Mikes?
Okay.
The Mike-qualizer, the Mike Churian candidate, Mississippi Mike Sala.
He bought Mike.
John Mike. Yeah, so Mike on Fire, the films of Denzel Washington. We amassed a list of 26 films that we will be covering. The same number of films that we covered in Tom v. Tom.
Oh.
But that was 2 actors. That was 13 movies per actor. This is one guy. This was the winner of our bracket. We put it up to a vote, a very controversial vote, still being litigated in the courts. It'll be in the courts for years. You know, by the time we finish this, the lawyers will still be arguing it.
Sandra Bullock is going to get a third term.
So
Stay in line.
What we're doing today is we're just going to be announcing all the movies. We're going to name all the movies that we're going to be covering. This is probably going to be the next year of our lives minimum, at least through 26, possibly into 27. Because, you know, we'll still be chatting about some new releases and stuff.
They haven't put new movies on hold until we finish this series.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So this is, like I said, this is the 4th one. We did Nick Cage, Robin Williams, and then the 2 Toms. So this is number 4. Before we reveal the lineup, let's chat a little bit about Denzel. You know, going into the bracket, I think, you know, he was seated number 1. And I think that we mentioned this when we did the kind of bracket recap episode. I think it would have been shocking if anybody beat him. It would have been an upset. So
I was caping for him. He's one of our, he's one of the greatest movie stars of all time.
Yeah. I think that, whenever we did the 2 Toms, if there is another at least male counterpart as the person who owned the 90s, especially, it is Denzel Washington.
It really was like a Bird Magic situation.
Yeah. And down to the looks themselves and the heights.
So Tom was from Boston, is what you're saying?
Sure.
Spiritually.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say that about someone.
You'd never insult somebody like that.
So before we start recording, you did start asking if we were going to cover 130 episodes of St. Elsewhere, which I think, unfortunately, will not.
Oh, shit.
This is the show where Denzel rose to fame. It's essentially maybe the only significant thing he did before movies. Have you guys ever seen St. Elsewhere?
Never.
I fired it up just for a few minutes the other day.
It's a medical drama.
Yeah,
right?
and there's such a giant leap in watchability between 80s shows and 90s shows that the theme song, for example, is awful instrumental, and it's 3 minutes. And it's just montage.
Classic, yeah.
And the show itself is just it's a hospital procedural, and it's not bad from what I saw. A lot of the pitter patter is not dissimilar from what would become ER and that what would become the Pit. It has a lot of really interesting television and otherwise pop culture mainstays in it. Howie Mandel is in every episode. I had no fucking clue he was in St.
with
Elsewhere.
hair.
Wow.
The boss doctor is William Daniels, who you guys would know as Mr. Feeney in Boy Meets World.
Oh, hey.
Yeah. So, there's a lot of people who would just continue to bank on like really, really profitable TV roles for their whole life. More than anyone, Mark Harmon, who you looked at him back then, he looks like a movie star. You looked at him now, he looks like a movie star. He is, at least on NCIS for like 15 years, I have never seen someone phone it in harder and just coasting on charisma. So, good on him. And then even in just a couple minutes of watching, like, you're like, damn, who the fuck is that? Like, Denzel's got some juice.
Apparently, he was one of the first black actors to have a professional acting role that wasn't defined by his race, which is crazy to say, but that was just what it was back then.
To be a doctor.
Yeah, his role was he was just a doctor, right? A couple other notable roles that he had during that time, as he was sort of jumping from TV to film, A Soldier's Story, 1984. He had played this role off Broadway. Looks like
This is a Norman Jewison film.
Yes.
Creator of Moonstruck, In the Heat of the Night.
And Cry Freedom, 1987. And then he was actually nominated for Best Supporting Actor for the Oscar. So already gaining attention from, the industry and the Academy very, very early on. A couple little blips here on just his upbringing. He was born in Mount Vernon, New York. He attended Mainland High School in Daytona Beach.
Yo.
Let's go.
Right down the street. And then he graduated from Fordham University with a degree in drama and journalism. And then, I guess acting was...
And I guess he can claim the Knicks as his team. He's like not a real New Yorker, but like he can claim them as a New Yorker.
Well, as a Spike Lee friend.
Yeah.
I think.
As a friend of Spike.
So St. Elsewhere ends in 88, and then next year is Glory.
Yeah, which will be the first movie that we cover. That'll be the next episode. That's the first.
And from
one.
there, he's off. That's an Oscar, right?
He wins the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for Glory. A movie that have any of us seen?
Yeah, History Class.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen clips of it, but I don't actually know if I've ever seen all of Glory before. So that will be.
I think everyone has seen like the scene, like the Oscar reel, like single tier.
Yeah, you guys got to get lazier history teachers. I saw that like at least 3 times in high school.
So I guess we can keep doubling back on his sort of biography and all of that, but let's just start talking through the movies because I want to pull up the actual list here. Of the 26 movies, I've only seen on Letterboxd, I've logged 7 movies.
Wow.
That's very low.
Yeah.
For you, yeah. I'm really low on him too, even despite the fact that he's like one of my favorite actors ever. One thing that differentiates him from the actors we've covered so far is that he is his like calling card is pure intensity. Like that is what most of these films, that is what he's going to be bringing to the table. He is, it's going to be a lot more serious roles. And then from there, you can branch into like silly, dumb action, which he does fucking plenty of. But it's not going to be a like a Nick Cage, like all over the fucking map type situation. He's always good. And he's always bringing some amount of what he just naturally has to his roles.
I think like kind of to that point too, this will be an interesting series for us because he has so much charisma, but it is wholly different than any of the other actors that we have kind of talked about on the pod in our career arc series up to this point. And like the way that he holds a frame, I think that's kind of the term that a lot of actors and other like filmmakers
there's
always
a power
kind of throw around is that like you can't take your eyes, like you don't want to blink whenever you see him on the screen, especially whenever you see him like delivering one of those key moments because of the presence that he has. So that is charisma in and of itself. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see here. I think that we tried to on this list. I think that there's a good mix, especially at certain points in here where we do get some of the, I don't want to call it like trash Denzel, because it's like you gotta have
you can call it trash Denzel.
You gotta have
It's
your
okay.
fun in here too,
Yeah.
man. Like I don't want to just sit here and talk about like incredible like
it's an
3-hour
arc.
dramas
No.
where we're like, yeah,
He made slop.
yeah. I want to talk about the slop.
I'm very
too,
excited
and there's
to.
some good slop.
And one thing we're doing is we are trying to cover the full scope. The final movie we're covering is Fences. So we cut it off at 2016, but we're not doing what we did with the Toms, where we were just focusing on that peak era of when they were just putting out banger after banger, that run. You know, we have that run in here that we're going to be getting into, but there's a little bit before and a little bit after that we have here as well. Denzel Washington has 65 credits on IMDb. So we selected 26 of those. So here's where we landed. The first movie we're covering is Glory.
Yeah. A lot of early on, he's laying out blueprint like really quick, because his first one is an Oscar winning role where he does all the things that we know he can do. And then his second movie is his first Spike Lee collab.
Yeah, Mo Better Blues will be the next film. Again, a movie that I haven't seen. I'm so excited to discover a lot of movies this series. That's one of the things I'm looking forward to the most, is not really looking back on classics, or classics in terms of like personal nostalgia or anything like that, but classics in terms of the history of film, you know, the last 30 years of film.
His relationship with Spike Lee is like a big draw, honestly, for doing this series for me, because every single Spike Lee movie is interesting in some way. Like there's always something going on. He's always taking big risks with the camera.
So we're doing 3 of the 5 Spike Lee movies on this journey. One of them we have done previously on the pod,
Inside Man. We decided we're not Inside Man.
I'm just saying maybe there will be a bonus pod in here where we Inside Man, so you guys can like look inward and find that movie rocks.
It's not that good.
And we're not doing highest to lowest because that movie is after the cutoff, and also it's not very good.
Yeah.
So
Not ideal. Real quick though, Glory is an Edward Zwick film. He would go on to do a couple other movies with Edward Zwick that we will not be covering. We're not doing Courage Under Fire, and we're not doing The Siege.
The iconic partnership of Denzel and Zwick.
Zwick, interesting guy. He made Love and Other Drugs, Blood Diamond, The Last Samurai, and Legends of the Fall.
I was gonna say he made some stuff, especially like again when you're talking about like the directors that don't exist in a certain type of way anymore. Like he's one of those guys.
But he made Glory. So
that is, since you brought that up, that kind of continued partnership. That's another interesting thing with Denzel is there's a lot of films that are on here where it is Denzel kind of goes back to his guys. It's not like one of those things where it's just they only have this partnership and they only work together. Obviously, Denzel and Spike is the famous one, but there's a lot of those, whether it's Norman Jewison, whether it's Zwick, whether it's Spike Lee, where like Denzel likes to like work with his people and keep them around. So there'll be a few repeats.
And needless to say, I mean, they like to work with him.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, sure, Denzel. Another movie, let's fucking do it.
I think I can fit you into this role here.
I was thinking in this scene, I'm going to be really good. All right, it's cool. Action.
The third movie on the list is Mississippi Masala, directed by Mira Nair.
Zoran's mom.
Yep. Mrs. Mayer.
This is a romantic role,
Yeah, we were wondering,
which he hasn't done a ton of.
before we started recording, would there be enough horny Denzel?
Well, it's just interesting because he is and was especially like a huge sex symbol, despite not doing movies where that's the point.
Especially in this era, right? 1991, you know, early 80s, late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, and I mean, and when we were talking earlier, Lee made like the ultimate point with that, which is that Hollywood was just scared to sexualize black men.
Yeah.
back then.
But it looks like Mira Nair nailed it. I mean, from what I've heard, this is one of the sort of unsung classics.
Okay, and now I got to pay double for my Uber to my hotel. Okay.
Hey, they're plowing the snow, man. They're plowing that snow. Okay, they're getting to it. Number 4 on the list is, I think, the biggest movie of the entire series, or at least one of the most important movies that we'll cover.
Yeah.
Malcolm X.
Incredible. So neither of you guys have seen this movie.
Have you guys seen Malcolm 1 through 9?
No, I went in blind to X.
Yeah. Is this the prequel to Fast X?
Yes.
It's like a Mickey 17.
It's almost like it's happening in the same time as Fast X, but just from a different character's perspective.
He's the 10th Malcolm, so he talks funny.
It's been a long time without you, my friend. So this is a Spike Lee film about.
I think we're gonna navigate all the, the political and social content of this really well.
Yeah,
I have
Who better than us?
I have the Criterion
got that crate?
edition for this. I've been waiting to crack this crate for this series because I remember I started watching this movie a while ago and I thought, I think one day we're going to cover Denzel, so I'm going to wait. And here we are. It's going to happen.
I did crack the crate as soon as I got it. It's a good movie, guys. Can't wait to talk about it.
Number 5 on the list is The Pelican Brief. I have seen this one.
Hell yeah.
This is Alan Pakula. This is the 1983. This is like the peak of the Grishams and the Grisham imitators.
And Julia Roberts on the rise.
Yep. Yeah. This is the only movie that they made together. It's a fun movie. It's not like the greatest movie in the world, but
No, but it was a big fun.
it's a fun watch.
This is, I
conspiracy
think,
thriller.
the beginning of because Denzel's big in the dad community, and I think that this is probably the first one that's like dad core cinema, excluding Glory, which like historical dramas have their own little wing in
Civil
dad
War
cinema
dads.
Hall of Fame.
we were iffy on those dads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Civil War dads.
It could go really wrong.
Did he like it? Did he like Glory?
He won't expand on his personal leanings, but don't check
His
in
arms are crossed the entire time while watching it, and he's shaking his head from side to side.
So up to this point, we're 6 movies in, and we've done one per year of his career.
Yeah.
And they're all very significant steps for him. Like it's really remarkable how quickly he rose.
Yeah. Obviously, with Malcolm X, he got the nomination for the Oscar, but not the win. But at this point, he's gotten, like I said, attention from the Academy. Small indies like Mississippi Masala, and then your artsy auteurs like Spike Lee, and then your genre, your legal thriller genres, and then with the next one. Number 6, Crimson Tide.
Yeah. Should also note, same year as Pelican Brief, not covering is Philadelphia, which we talked about on the last pod series with Tom Hanks.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
that is the other really big one that comes out, is that he does Malcolm X 92 and then Philadelphia 93.
With Demi.
And we're not avoiding it just because we're scared.
We did an
You
episode.
guys don't want to re-Philadelphia?
Crimson Tide, a Tony Scott film.
Yeah.
Tony Scott, a big presence in this series. I believe we will be covering every single
I think so.
collab.
Yeah.
With an adjustment that we decided to make last minute.
I'm really excited to see Crimson Tide. That's a big
Have you guys never
big blind
seen this
spot
one?
for me.
Oh
No.
man, this was like a big cable movie. I
Denzel
feel like
and
this was
fucking
just
Gene
on
Hackman.
like
Yeah.
Come on.
AMC or like USA or something like that.
Yeah,
like, constantly.
Yeah, it's a TNT knows drama type movie.
Yeah, after the Dead Reckoning and Final Reckoning, I'm very interested in submarines.
Yeah.
Very interested in
You didn't know
exploring
that
submarines.
you didn't know guys could go underwater,
Right.
Until that movie.
Number 7, possibly one of the most obscure and underseen movies of the series. It's something called The Virtuosity, directed by Brett Leonard. Very curious about this movie. When you're talking about trash Denzel, this is sci-fi Denzel. He didn't do a lot of sci-fi. And this was one of the picks. This movie is directed by a guy who made something called The Lawnmower Man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yep. So this and Man Thing and Feed.
So did friend of the pod Brett special request this?
No, I assigned this to him.
We don't have to do this.
No, Virtuosity is a.
I'm actually written. No, I've read the IMDb synopsis and I'm in. When a virtual reality simulation created using the personalities of multiple serial killers manages to escape into the real world, an ex-cop is tasked with stopping its reign of terror.
Yeah. So the
if there
AI is Russell Crowe and Denzel.
Yeah.
Cop.
If there's any year that was equipped to handle this visually and like thematically, I'd say 1995.
Yeah.
I think we had a great
think
grasp
we're
on
right
tech back then. It's going to look great.
I'm just fascinated what this is.
It is important to have this in here because his 95, he has a huge 95. So this is almost like this weird, like black sheep in between Crimson Tide's release and the next one that we're going to talk about, Devil in a Blue Dress.
Carl Franklin film, who would go on to do the Dahmer and the Monsters, Eric and Lyle Menendez story.
Did he do Ed Gein? Any word on that?
It does not look like he was involved in Ed Gein. No, he did have to tap out for that one.
You can see that. You can see
You
it.
can feel the lack of him. Now,
Where's Carl?
This is a crate that I have bought that I have not cracked that I'm saving for this.
It looks like a noir story, like a detective story in the 40s in LA. Then number 9, another very small movie. We're going to be spotlighting some stuff that is not very widely seen. This is Fallen, another detective movie with John Goodman, Donald Sutherland, directed by Gregory Hoblit, who would go on to do Primal Fear. That was like his big calling card. So this is like, or actually, no, this is his follow-up to Primal Fear. Sorry. So he comes on big with Ed Norton, Primal Fear, and then he follows it up with Fallen.
So was this a guest request?
Yes.
Okay.
This is a guest request.
All right, Drew Biggs.
Yeah.
You better bring the heat.
I did notice I like queued up The Preacher's Wife, the Penny Marshall movie, and I saw that we are not doing the Preacher's Wife.
Yeah.
Which by all accounts is not a very
This
good
is an
movie,
interesting one though, because there are so many movies like this from the 90s where you've maybe tangentially heard of it, and then you Google it and it made like $150 million.
Right.
This movie, not one of those movies. This movie did not make much money.
Yeah.
But it feels like one of those.
But it's interesting doing this series. Like, when else would we get the chance to examine the career of somebody like Denzel making these kinds of choices? You know, because I think that this is something that we kind of talked about in previous series, is that actors just they need to work.
Yeah.
They just need a paycheck. Yeah. Even the movie stars, even the A-listers, sometimes they make stuff that will not connect. And those are sometimes the most fascinating ones to talk about. The next one, number 10 on the list, another Spike Lee joint.
Let's go.
He Got Game.
Let's go.
It's a great one.
One of the best Public Enemy songs you've ever heard.
This is a blind spot for me. I've seen the clip of him playing against Ray Allen because that has like a lot of lore behind it. If he actually started like hooping on Ray Allen, then Ray Allen was like, all right, I can't get stood up here by like an actor. But
God, Denzel's so fucking cool.
Excited to see it. It's just Denzel rocks.
It's really fascinating that Ray Allen like starred in a really big movie.
Yeah. Jesus Shuttleworth.
He's not known as like a big personality or even charismatic. Like, you know, as a basketball player, he's like at the time he was the greatest shooter who had ever lived.
Yeah.
But like he's kind of like a quieter dude. So I wonder how this came to be. Where I'm excited to find out.
Also, this is we'll get to another one in a bit, but one of the few sports movies that Denzel made.
I mean, more than your average actor.
Yeah.
A few, you know what I mean?
The next one, number 11, is The Bone Collector, 1999, directed by Philip Noyce, who would go on to do Salt and The Patriot Games and The Clear and Present Danger. It looks like a kind of a thriller. It's like a serial killer thriller with Angelina Jolie, Queen
inspire
Latifah.
The show, The Bone Collector.
Oh, nice.
So, you know, pretty important for that reason.
His name is Lincoln Rhyme.
Then the next one.
That feels racist. I know it's not.
The next one is number 12 on the list. We're getting into the 21st century. The most fought over movie from when I sent out the sign up form for guests to gauge what everyone wanted. Remember the Titans.
Mm-hmm. It's Zillennial canon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, our age group, just everyone wanted this movie. This is probably the sports movie of Denzel's career. He plays the football coach.
And it might be on the Mount Rushmore of all time sports movies in terms of like when you name sports movies, not necessarily in terms of quality.
For our generation. Yeah, for sure.
Family friendly, I think, adds a lot to that. Excited to revisit Remember the Titans. You got Will Patton, Wood Harris, Bunch of other guys in there.
Yeah. You've got fucking Ryan Gosling as quarterback.
That's right.
Yeah. Donald Faison.
Baby Ryan.
Little baby Hayden Panettiere.
Number 13 on the list, in the running for like maybe the best movie of this series, Training Day.
It's my favorite.
Yeah.
I fucking love Training Day. It's over the top and it's kind of goofy at times, but oh my, it's just like a perfect movie. It's so good, and him in that movie is like, it's Fuqua, right?
Yeah. This is the first time they partners with Fuqua.
This is the best that I've ever seen him utilized outside of Spike Lee, where like it's someone letting him just go off and like definitely improvise, you know what I mean? And just be as big as he can be.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
This is his second Oscar. He plays a crooked cop alongside Ethan Hawke. Scott Glenn is in here. You got a bunch of other guys like Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Cliff Curtis. They're all in here. Classic movie. Definitely
Great.
one of the, you got Malcolm X, I think, probably in that tier. But as you build the Mount Rushmore, this has to go up there. Then we follow that up, number 14, John Q, 2002, directed by Nick Cassavetes, who would go on to do The Notebook. This is an interesting movie. This is a movie about a guy who essentially holds a hospital hostage because he needs healthcare for his son. Mm-hmm. So we'll see how that rings true in 2026.
Especially getting into the 2000s, there becomes like sort of a blueprint, which is just like he is a guy who really needs something, and like the point of the movie is to test how many bad things he can do. Yeah. But the fact that he's Denzel makes you still on board with him.
Exactly.
Makes you still want to stay with him.
Yeah.
All right, next, number 15. The first movie that he directs is called Antoine Fisher. I think it's based on a true story, military story. Yeah. It says a sailor prone to violent outbursts is sent to a naval psychiatrist for help. So he plays Dr. Jerome Davenport, and Derek Luke plays Antoine Fisher. So yeah, he starts directing. You got Viola Davis in here as well. Mm-hmm. He would go on to direct 2 more movies, which we will also cover coming up here. Number 16 on the list, Man on Fire, 2004. Another Tony Scott joint. Very excited for this one. This is the namesake of the series. Little baby Dakota Fanning in here. You got Chris Walken, Mark Anthony. This is one that's, it's got that Tony Scott touch where everything looks blown out and crazy, and the editing is frantic.
Yeah.
This is another one of those like TV cable movies that I don't know if I've ever actually seen all of it, but I just know the shots of it that have like that very 2004 to 2006 look to them, where everything looks grossly oversaturated,
yeah, it's
in a way
so
that's now
colorful.
becomes so stylized and indicative of the times.
Yeah. Him and little baby Dakota.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Number 17 next on the list is The Manchurian Candidate, 2004. Another reteaming with Jonathan Demme after Philadelphia. This is a remake of the original film from the 70s, I believe.
Yeah.
60s, 62.
60s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, oldie.
I think I saw this movie when I was very young. I have a very vague memory of this.
It's not.
But I don't remember too much.
It wasn't super well regarded, and there's been a little bit of a relitigation where like film people are like, "Hey, this was a good movie."
Yeah, maybe not the worst Demme, maybe top half Demme perhaps. Number 18 is 2006's Deja Vu. Speaking of Denzel not really doing sci-fi.
Speaking of oversaturation.
Yeah.
Another Tony Scott. This movie fucking rocks, you guys.
I'm excited to see this one. This is a blind.
This is a personal pick for me here because, I love some good sci-fi trash. And I think maybe Virtuosity takes it a little bit too far. I think that one might end up being a little bit too overcooked.
Hey, don't speak before you've seen it.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Deja Vu I've seen multiple times. I saw it kind of recently, And, you know, it still has that weird Tony Scott look and feel where it still has that weird Tony Scott look and feel where it's just like, man, everything's green. What's happening?
This one has Elle Fanning in it.
Oh, yeah.
The other Fanning. Okay.
Of Predator Badlands.
You got Val Kilmer also in there, Paul Patton, Jim Caviezel, Jesus himself. This is a cool movie. This is a movie in which Denzel gets into a little box to travel back in time to solve a crime.
A little Nolan sci-fi.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Number 19, American Gangster, 2007, Ridley Scott.
So if you're looking, and I know this is like the least actual ranking of an actor's filmography ever, but this is actually the third most popular movie of his on Letterboxd.
It makes sense.
Behind, do you guys know what that's behind? I'm sure you guys have it up. So
The other Ridley Scott film, Gladiator 2.
Unfortunately, Gladiator 2, and then Training Day.
That's just a recency thing. That's fine.
It's probably like the
Ridley
number
Scott,
of the number of people who have logged it.
Yeah, that's what popularity is.
Yeah,
Letterboxd.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this. Russell Crowe, Josh Brolin, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Cuba. I think I've seen this movie. I have there's a lot of these from this mid 2000s era.
They're all called almost exactly this. It's so close.
I have like a vague memory of it, but it's not super clear.
Like what's the Daniel Day-Lewis one called if it's not called American Gangster?
Oh, the Marty one. The
Wait, are you talking
Gangs
about
of New York.
Gangs of New York,
like
that one?
Come on.
Yeah.
Can we consolidate, guys?
Pick a lane. Next up is another Denzel Washington directed. It's The Great Debaters. Also starring it's starring a bunch of kids. You know, he plays a debate team coach. I think this is a school watch. This is one, you know, you're talking about glory being put on by the lazy history teachers.
This actually from what I'm seeing on Letterboxd is actually a nobody watched, not a school watch.
Hey, 37,000 logs, you know.
I will say this is a movie that I had never heard of before we put it on the list, but you know.
You didn't have a teacher that put this on?
No, I did not, but I'm excited I'll check it out here. Look, we're seeing it all.
Did you?
I think I've seen this, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, pretty sure. In school. Okay, next on the list, number 21.
That's kind of sad. Sorry, that's kind of sad to put on like as a teacher. You know,
like a better teacher.
Well, just like
movie.
just as if to be like, this is what it would be like if I was good at my job.
What was
That's like fucked up.
Oh,
It's not teaching you anything about like history or anything. It's just like you guys should really buy into what I'm doing, just like these kids did.
That's true.
What was the fucking the Chandler Bing teaching movie where he teaches things? He teaches the kids in Harlem, like it's the same kind of energy as that.
They did put that
how
on.
to like do Percocet and die.
It's the movie that
It's Matthew Perry, right?
Matthew Perry, yeah, where he gets made fun of in a South Park episode.
How do
he's
I
like, how do I reach these kids?
There were a few of those. There's a Hilary Swank one too.
Yeah, there's another one. That was
the
a whole
Ron
thing in this
Clark
time.
story.
That's what it is. There we go. Okay.
So I did have
I
a
watched
teacher.
that in algebra class. Like in
I think we had the same algebra.
grade, yeah.
We definitely had the same algebra teacher. I don't know if we should out her on this.
No,
podcast.
say it. First and last.
She was a good teacher. She was good at algebra. She was obsessed with Ron Clark.
Yeah.
like she was really
This was
into
it.
Ron Clark.
That's cool.
I think she may have showed us like multiple Ron Clark films.
There's like also a documentary about Ron Clark in there. You know,
I think she tried to get Ron
believe it.
Clark to like appear in the classroom.
I've told you guys before how my middle school band teacher had like a weird thing about Josh Hutcherson. Like,
like he was a child at that time.
every time he was out, which was pretty often, he picked Hutcherson movies like by name. Like it was only Hutcherson. It was really remarkable. We used to call him a pedophile. I don't think he was.
Now, can you say his first and last name into the microphone?
I don't even remember his first name.
Shit.
Hey, last name? My friend in 8th grade, to his face, called him a pedophile, and he didn't even realize he had said it. We just said it so often behind the scenes, you know. But one time to his face, he was like, "Oh, you pedophile!"
Jesus Christ!
And the teacher looked at him. He was like, "I don't think you know what that word means."
there's an arc on The Wire of a ex-cop who becomes a teacher, and it's basically like the Ron Clark story, but good.
Yeah, but
it's
like
The
but
Wire.
better. Yeah.
Yeah.
They should put that on in school.
So next
The
up
Wire.
in the Denzel series.
So number 21, a last minute change here. We decided to boot the Hurricane, and instead we're covering the Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3.
Thousands of people just turned off the pod. Heard
All
no
the
break.
Hurricane heads were they're upset.
Another Tony Scott joint. Look, maybe we'll still talk about the Hurricane at some point. It's a Norman Jewison film, you know, it's from Moonstruck guy, but we decided we didn't want a 27 film series. We wanted 26, and we wanted a full Tony Scott.
So
I will say, I think I have a vague memory of seeing this movie in theaters too.
It's
2009.
Travolta.
Yeah.
It's evil Travolta.
they were doing this kind of a decent amount in the 2000s, which is like remaking like masterpieces and just making them kind of sloppy.
And this is the second one by Denzel.
Yeah, and this one
time frame.
This is one of those where like I've seen bits and pieces on like TNT, but like no one is calling this a masterpiece, and it's kind of a bummer because it's like, what if Denzel was in a real ass The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3 remake? You know, and
I mean, the cast and you got Tony Scott, you got Denzel, you got John Travolta, you got Luis Guzman as like the third build guy. Like it's
fucking
got some of the bones in there.
it's got fucking Tony Soprano in here.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I just like to see evil Travolta, you know.
I'm really excited. Yeah, Travolta in the 2000s.
Yeah.
We should do our next series on just 2000s Travolta.
Yeah, just old dogs. All right, next on the series, 2010s.
Old dog series.
Frame by frame.
God, kill myself. The Book of Eli.
Yeah.
This was huge back in the day. I
was a
remember people were talking about the Book
Big
of
commercial.
Eli.
Yeah, big trailer, like kind of iconic. Big box office. Big spoiler. Do you know the big thing?
No, I actually don't know what the big
Okay,
thing is.
then I won't
Is
say.
it that he has a book, or like what's it?
What is
It's
the
what
book?
I haven't even seen the movie, but I know the spoiler, and it's not like a movie ruiner or anything. It's just like you hear it and you're like, oh boy, okay, let's see how this movie goes.
Is this the first time that we get hot Denzel with a beard?
Oh, with a beard.
Because that's a new era of Denzel that we're now into a little bit, is bearded hot Denzel.
He's got a goatee in Pelham. Him and Travolta have matching goatees on this poster.
That's cool.
It looks like he has facial hair and he got game.
No, he has the goatee often. You're right about that.
And a little mustache and Devil in a Blue Dress.
He's got the goatee a little bit, or like the mustache, but never the full beard.
Yeah, but Hunter, we both
Grizzled.
We both know this. You only do the beard if you need it, like jaw wise. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Yeah, if you got the jaw, then
why would he? Why would he ever
There's
need
a
to
reason
cover?
why like thousands of listeners have never seen what my jaw looks like.
Right.
We're on YouTube, everybody.
All right. Nearing the last bit here. Number 23 on the list is 2010's Unstoppable, the final Tony Scott film. I think a bit of an unsung classic.
A lot of people love this
This movie rocks. I would never
seen it.
say that this is like a 5-star movie, but when you watch this movie, I watched this fairly recently, like within the last couple of years. There's just something about it that's like, man, I wish we could make movies like this. Like just the fact that they got a real train. You know, the fact that it's not on the volume.
We got Bullet Train, dude.
They did not get a real train for that movie. I guarantee
Not
you.
watching the movie.
There's just so many shots in this movie that's like, yep, that's Denzel on a real fucking train. That rocks. That fucking rocks. Also, Chris Pine in here, Rosario Dawson. It's great. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's a runaway train movie. What else do you want?
It's just the Keanu movie, but on train instead of bus.
Sure.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
The tagline on Letterboxd is great. 1 million tons, 100,000 lives, 100 minutes.
Awesome. Of course, Denzel is playing a veteran engineer, and then Chris Pine is playing a young conductor.
Yeah. Well, the setup is so good because like
That's so cool.
it's like
Tony Scott rocks, man.
They're the only
Don't
two
make him
people who
anymore.
can stop this fucking thing. And yeah, the train is full of chemicals. It's a chemical train.
we'll talk about it once we actually cover it like a year from now or whatever the fuck. But like It's so cool because it's like Denzel, you know, he's about to retire. It's like it's his last day on the job, you know, but there's one thing keeping him from having a good last day. It's the train. It's
the train. It's just damn.
Yeah, you said that like I was like, oh, what is it? But of course,
it's
this train full of chemicals.
It's unstoppable. Yeah, that's it.
I bet he's like fed up with this young conductor too. He's like, listen, you got to lock in Chris Pine.
yeah.
You know how train conductors look like Chris Pine?
Like the prettiest of pretty boys you've ever seen in your life. All train conductors have really soft eyes. Haven't you noticed that?
There's a kindness to them.
He looks like Paul Walker in this poster. He looks like too good looking.
Yeah, they did like airbrush his eyebrows really hard.
That also was kind of like it's a curse of certain actors. That's kind of what happened to Chris Pine is he's too pretty.
Yeah.
To be a true
Honestly,
star.
he should have just been a model over an actor. And I like him as an actor.
Should we do a Paul Walker series? Is that the next one?
Whoa. Joyride?
Meet the Deedles. Meet the Deedles. Please. I put it on one time and I was so in and I was like watching Meet the Deedles, had to turn it off.
It's so trying to do a bit.
Yeah, it's so fucking bad. I will watch it. It's the worst shit. That was so beyond the pale.
The other day when James Vanderbeek died, rest in peace. I was just looking through his movies. He made a movie called Varsity Blues.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Co-starring Paul Walker.
Yeah.
Should we
Football, right?
So James Vanderbeek
Iconic.
series?
Beak? No. If we throw out a series to anyone who dies, like we're gonna be up to our eyeballs. Sorry.
People keep dying faster than like the 3-year average that we do these podcast series over. So,
all right, number 24 on the list is Flight, a Robert Zemeckis film.
This is a big one.
2012.
What if you flew a plane drunk, but you flew it well?
Not just drunk. He's on some substances, man.
Bro's name is Whip Whitaker.
Whip Whitaker,
That's so
dude.
cool. Whip Whitaker.
Let's fucking go.
This movie fucking rocks.
Is this the last good Bobby Zemeckis movie?
Yeah, absolutely.
Gotta be.
I mean, Hereheads,
Marwin.
Stuck in a ditch somewhere.
I guess the Hereheads.
Yeah, Hereheads unable to move from one spot.
Stuck in the house. Hereheads.
They'd love to come here and argue with me, but they fucking can't, dude. They're stuck in that one corner.
Hereheads can't look left or right.
They have a fixed perspective.
No, Flight is awesome. You get Don Cheadle, you get John Goodman, you get Denzel just being a fucking dirtbag who's really good at his job, who's like the best at his job. That's what this whole movie's about.
I love how much dirtbag Denzel we're getting on the series. That's good.
That is his superpower.
Yeah.
He can be as bad as you want him to be, and we're still gonna love him.
I always confuse this movie with Sully. I always think that like Sully saved the souls while he was drunk and high. It's like I just combined them.
He was listening to Wake Me Up.
Yeah. While on like 2 rails of cocaine.
I'm really excited there are so many on this list that are like I've seen a little on TNT.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to give them my full
watch. All right, number 25, The Equalizer. We're only doing one Equalizer film. This is reteaming with Antoine Fuqua, who would go on to do Equalizer 2, Equalizer 3, The Magnificent Seven.
Magnificent Seven is that's after this.
Michael 2026.
Oh,
Michael.
Yep.
Can't wait for that.
Yeah, that's a
Do we
Fuqua.
think Denzel's gonna pop up in Michael? I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Is he Joe? Who's
Equalizer? The Equalizer movies are, I think, the most watched Denzel movies.
Yeah, I think so.
Huge.
That is like the brought in. Well, I don't know. Did it bring in a new wave of fans for Denzel, or did it just like empower all of the dads that grew up with Denzel to like a new level? I think The Equalizer is what people wanted Taken to be like 10 years ago, 10 years earlier.
It feels so effortless for him. I've never seen The Equalizers. I'm excited to check them out, but it feels like they were just able to tap into something that comes very easy for him. You know, guy with a gun. You know,
He doesn't even have a first name in this synopsis. His name is just McCall.
oh,
It's going to be fun to track his names in these movies.
all right. The last movie of the series is Fences, number 26. This is 2016, directed by Denzel Washington, based on the August Wilson play. He would go on to have this be like his thing, you know, not necessarily starring in these, but this is like his new project, is adapting
Plays.
specifically August
Wilson's.
Wilson's plays. So they did Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. They did The Piano Lesson. Kind of Netflix has been financing a lot of these. This is Fences is not a Netflix film, but this is just, you know, in his advanced age. I mean, this is what he's what in his 70s.
Yeah, you gotta make your Gladiator 2s in order to fund your adaptations of August Wilson plays into big budget movies.
We decided to cut it off in 2016 with Fences because it gets a little shaky after.
Do you have any regrets about not covering Roman J. Israel Esquire?
I mean, we could do it.
A Dan Gilroy film.
If we're riding high, we could keep it going, but I think it's good to
Riding
have
high, you want to like end on a low?
I think Fences is a good enough movie.
Does Denzel lead the all-time rankings, like not including franchises, but him starring in movies where his character is in the name of the movie?
Oh,
So let's think about
like The Equalizer.
No, but Malcolm X,
Yeah.
the Equalizer, that's not his name.
I don't know. I haven't seen it. Is his name like John Equalizer?
John Q, Antoine Fisher.
Book of Eli. He is Eli.
Yeah, seriously.
He is the
It's his
bone
book.
collector.
Is he Pelham?
Oh, does he? No, he.
I can't wait to find out.
There's no way he gets taken. There's no way.
Is he an American or a gangster?
He is Philadelphia.
He's playing a French man named Deja Vu.
He's not. I will say he is not Manchurian.
No.
So he's not that candidate.
He is Macbeth. The tragedy of.
He is. There is a
It's
tragedy.
just how many, you know, like how many people are in like 5 movies where the title is just the name of their character?
This is a pretty all-encompassing list. Were there any tough cuts for you guys for things that we couldn't put on here? We talked about these off mic, but
No,
like
there's
the Hurricane could make it.
There's
I'm gonna say
there are a
that
couple tough ones that are on here. I'd say.
Yeah,
There's some tough ads.
If anything, I'm worried about this being another Robin situation.
Is there too much? Look, I'm sad that we're not doing Out of Time. I wanted to check out Out of Time. I probably will check out Out of Time in my free time in between movies.
The Siege,
Courage Under Fire. Yeah,
there's a few. I mean, you got to draw the line somewhere.
The thing is,
I think we did a good job.
We can only do so many like guy with a gun movies with Denzel. So many like he's kind of like the crooked cop kind of type of movies with him. Like, you know, there is a point, especially in his later half of his career, where he starts to kind of play a role. So we don't want to be too redundant with those. But
Still, I'm really excited. This is such
we
a
didn't do much
fun.
to do about nothing.
This is such a fun filmography. Like he really fucking did it for like 30, going on 40 years.
Yeah.
Shout out
This
to
90s
Denzel.
run is insane that we're going to go through. It is unbelievable. So
I mean, the Hurricane. I think we might
the
look
Hurricane
back
heads.
What?
and I don't know. Every actor. There's so many actors that have like the obligatory fucking boxing movie, and it feels so boring. But I haven't seen it, so maybe. I mean, he was nominated for an Oscar for it, but it just taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3 feels so much more fun. It feels like that we would have a better time talking about that than like, oh yeah, he was very good. He was so good in being a boxer. That's boring.
No one's seen The Hurricane.
People have seen the Hurricane. The Hurricane was nominated for Oscars. I think it got like 3
Oh, everyone's seen movies that get nominated for Oscars.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, sentimental value I think is up to $700 billion, if I'm correct.
This movie actually has like arguably one of the worst designations you can have on Letterboxd, which is a ton of people that I follow have marked it as watched and they haven't rated it because they don't remember anything about it. Anything about it.
Well, so speaking of Oscars, his other nominations are for Flight, Fences, which he's nominated for actor and picture for being a producer.
Wow.
Roman J. Israel Esquire, he got the nom for that.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a weird year. We were at a weird point with Dan Gilroy post Nightcrawler. It was like, this is one of the guys, man.
Yeah.
He's following Tony's footsteps.
That's also like the Green Book year. Bohemian Rhapsody is in there, so that
was a bad Oscars year.
And then Tragedy of Macbeth, he also gets the nom for that. So there's even a couple after the cutoff here where he still got the juice, and even the clunkers, man. Like we did not want to end this series on Gladiator 2, but he is good in that movie, and a lot of people have seen that movie.
Yeah.
That movie sucks.
It's really
bad.
It's really bad.
It really, really made me upset to watch because you're watching Denzel, who doesn't need to be good. You know what I mean? Like this is a great check for him, and he is delivering. And Paul Mescal's not good.
Terrible. I would say he's terrible.
Does he not have
good?
it?
I'm just saying, like, maybe he doesn't really have it.
Maybe he just
I really
like
love
fucking
After
around
Sun.
in Ireland, like doing blow all the time.
I really love After Sun. I was a fan of what's the really sad or like emo teen love romance. I always want to call it
Normal
Adolescence.
People.
It's not that Normal People.
Yeah.
Thank you. He's good in that.
He barely talks. It's a lot of fucking.
It's a lot of fucking, and then just like kind of like smoldering looks at each other.
He could just do porn.
Here's the thing.
Yo,
I would watch. I would watch.
I would
it.
watch the Paul McCartney porn. He should do that. The Beatles movie should have a porn attachment to it.
I'm worried
Okay.
about him playing Paul.
Yeah, it's tough.
Paul's like an important.
I know.
He's one of the more important Beatles.
And he does have the look down.
Of all
He
the
has the
Beatles,
look
that
down,
is
but
one
you,
Top 4 most important Beatles.
I'm like, Barry Keoghan as Ringo, we can fuck that one up. And that's okay. We can have fun. We can get a little silly
Also,
with that
listen,
one. That's okay.
For all that we hate about Barry, he's a good actor.
Yeah.
And also, like, he looks like Ringo.
Yeah.
Because Ringo looks fucked up. So I got no issue there. They put a funny nose on it, and I'm so excited.
Did I tell you guys my theory for how they're going to sequence the 4 films?
What do you think?
Well, because they released those images, right?
John Paul, George Ringo?
No, I think you gotta do Paul. You have to start with Paul, end with John.
So based
vice
on the
versa.
images that were released,
You can't end with Ringo.
Yeah, exactly. You can't end. I don't think you can end with George either. I think you
No, definitely not. You're right.
it's
say your theory and I'll
so it's Paul first.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the early days, the come up, the grind. Then you go Ringo.
Yeah.
The Beatlemania, coming to America, like the craze of it all. Then you go George,
Through Ringo's eyes.
drugs,
Yeah.
Sergeant Pepper,
you get Sergeant
India,
Pepper, everything like that. Yeah.
the expanding the bounds of music, all of that. And then you end with John, Let It Be, Abbey Road,
the
the
end.
Dissolution, all of that.
Yoko
Yeah.
getting shot.
Makes sense.
I agree. I think that's.
I think that
makes
works.
sense.
I think it might be.
And I can't wait for all of them to be released within 6 weeks of each other because that's.
I think they're all out like at the same time.
I thought that it's one a week.
Okay, yeah, that makes more
Yeah,
sense.
it's one. It's for 4 weeks. Four new
In
movies.
2028, Jesus Christ, gonna die.
We're not gonna.
it's an interesting strategy because
We'll still be doing Denzel.
Yeah, that worked out so well for the Horizon movies. That Horizon Part 2 and Part 3 are just like sitting on a shelf somewhere in the Warner lot.
I know, but it's almost like a hedge because they're not going to be awful. Obviously, you know what I mean. They have enough good
it's like a
people
6
behind
or
them.
7 minimum.
And B, like we're gonna watch them all. I'm gonna watch them all.
I'm not gonna
we
watch
sure?
John.
Are we sure a 6? Are we sure a 6 or 7 minimum? Are we sure? Most music biopics are bad. Like they're straight up like bad. That's
but
the thing where
it's
it's just
the
like
Beatles.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't care.
It will make money, but like I don't know, like Bohemian Rhapsody is a disaster, and that's a terrible movie. And I think that like the people behind it are better than like fucking people behind Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
But like even like with Michael, I'm like Michael's gonna make so much money. It has Antoine Fuqua behind it. We're gonna cover a lot of Antoine Fuqua movies on this series because I think he's a good, talented director. Is that movie gonna be good? But I don't know.
Yeah,
Might be a
but
mess.
well, here's the difference though. This is going. We all just inherently, as people who like music, we know more about the actual narrative of the Beatles. We don't just know their music. Like with Queen, we knew the music and they just kind of took advantage of that and they like delivered a poop movie. Like we know the story. So the member berries part of our head's going to be getting hit by plot, not just music.
Well,
you know, so I feel like it's going to carry it even if it's not that
I will
good.
say the other good thing, maybe Bohemian Rhapsody is a bad example because Queen overrated. I'll say it.
Oh my God.
Queen overrated. It's fine.
I'll say they don't have one great album.
No.
They have one of the best greatest hits of any group or artist of all time.
When are you just in your car and you're like, gotta fire a bicycle race? Like, get the fuck out of here. No, you're not.
That was
like,
one of the only CDs my mom had when I was a kid. So I know all of the greatest hits by heart, and you're being homophobic.
I did just watch Across the Universe for the first time in like over a decade. And all I kept thinking about was good luck, Sam Mendes. Because this movie fucking rocks. And
yeah, but it's not like a definitive biography.
But it's a jukebox musical.
Yeah, but it uses so much of the iconography and it uses all the music.
It is still telling the story of the Beatles, too.
Yeah.
Like the way that
we end on the roof.
through it. Yeah.
You got to end on the roof. All right, anyway.
What happened to Jim Sturgis? Is he an asshole?
We talked about this. We talked about this off mic. I think that maybe he just didn't really have the juice.
He's not a good actor.
In Across the Universe in 21, he was on top of the fucking world.
He's coasting on like, he looks like Paul McCartney and he's a pretty good singer.
I have something in my head about him being an asshole though. I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
Because there are plenty of guys who suck at acting who make it for 20 years, you know, but he's gone.
Yeah, he's fully gone. Anyway, Denzel. We're going to have a great time. Guys, Two Guns, we're not covering. Safe House, we're not covering. So send your remarks, your emails, your comments.
We're gonna have to watch Equalizer 2 and 3. Just like off and then talk about them on the Equalizer.
But what if the Equalizer sucks?
I don't think it will.
Have a heart.
He plays Robert McCall. We say that?
Yeah.
It just on Letterboxd it just says McCall.
He just plays.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's very funny.
I'm excited. I think the biggest thing for me is like trying to find out the full scope of one of our greats, you know, because we always think of Denzel as, you know, one of, if not the most talented actor of his generation, but he doesn't have the juice in terms of popularity. Right. Like we've been saying, a lot of these movies we haven't seen.
Well,
so why do we consider his talent so high and yet the volume is not there? It's very underseen. Right. So I'm just curious to explore it.
Well, I mean, a big part of it is just like good old fashioned like systemic racism.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not being allowed to have the variety of roles that you might need. And then I think another big part of it is just like what he is greatest at is intensity, and that's not necessarily what everyone's favorite flavor of movie is. That said, he is also one of like 5 people in history who are on a first name basis with the entire world.
Yeah. Everybody just loves Denzel. And Drew, you're saying that he's like everybody just knows him for like doing one thing. We haven't seen Virtuosity yet. So after that, we might be saying like, hey, when's the Virtuosity remake gonna happen? Denis, give up James Bond, okay? You're making a Virtuosity remake now.
It'll be like how they did Pelham, you know, remake the masterpiece.
Another masterpiece.
That's so funny. He is slated to appear in Black Panther 3. So if that ever happens, you know, maybe we'll cover that.
That's a bummer.
That sucks.
Also, apparently Equalizer 4 is happening. So let's go. Keeping it going.
The forquel. The threequalizer was just too clean. You got to end it there.
There's also something called the Untitled Denzel Washington Project with Antoine Fuqua.
The Equadlizer.
Quadlizer. Okay.
The Quadlizer. And then something called Here Comes the Flood.
He's still working he's still very productive.
And still like sitting courtside at Lakers games.
Yeah, I mean,
he got to watch the Lakers get their teeth kicked in by the Celtics last night live in LA. So that was good for him.
We talked
just like calling him like a Knicks fan?
No. He's been to a bunch of Knicks stuff to like support them. He's a Lakers guy. Like I think he's one of those guys. He's kind of adopted multiple teams, but I think he more so is like he's kind of taken the Jack Nicholson spot at the Lakers games.
I think
he's one of those guys who just like pregame LeBron can be warming up on the court and he can just like go up and like dap LeBron up.
Yeah, I saw the clip of that.
Okay. Yeah, like Denzel is like one of like 3 people on earth who can do that and it be totally fine and normal.
My favorite thing that he's done that we're not going to cover is when he talked to Will Smith after he slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars. And then Will Smith went up and he was like, yeah, Denzel told me to watch out for the devil.
That was great.
When the devil comes for you in your highest moment.
The Will Smith series one day is going to go great.
That's the other coolest thing to talk about with Denzel is in real life, he is that motherfucker.
Yeah.
In a way that Nick Cage is that motherfucker in his way,
Yeah.
but
Different
like
ways of-
Denzel is like the king of reality in addition to movies. Like he is the godfather in a lot of cool ways. I love the guy. He's so interesting.
I'm excited.
And then after this, we get to do John David Washington.
Oh, Tenet? Let's go. No, we already did it.
Black Klansman. Whoa! Oh my God! Wow.
Wow.
We did do Malcolm and Marie.
Don't make me. I'm saying that I'm coming around on Nolan, and then every time you guys talk about Tenet, it makes me
Hey,
regress.
Tenet's a great movie, dude.
Oh, I'll go back.
See, you already will have liked it.
Hunter, you're the protagonist.
I ordered my sandwich an hour ago.
The future in which you came around on Tenet already happened.
Well,
Aaron Taylor Johnson already was a bad actor.
What's the fucking voice he's doing in that movie? What's going on? It's your temporal pincer movement.
He's not a good actor.
yeah, that might just be. I think that might just
Him
be
and
the
his
case for-
old wife.
Hey, man, werewolf.
He married a lady that's like 20 or 30 years older than him.
And that's good.
Hey,
And that's
it worked out
okay.
for Tommy Fleetwood eventually.
He got groomed.
Maybe it's good.
She was like, Craven the Hunter. Let me get in there.
Yeah, she was trying to buy in pre-Craven.
All right. Well, we're very excited to cover the career arc of Mr. Denzel Washington. We start right away with Glory next week. No guest. It's just us, just the boys. Kicking it off. And then a slew of special guests, some returning, some new. So stick around. Thank you all for listening. Rate, review, and subscribe. Like and comment. Let us know if there's any movies on here that you're excited for, maybe some that you are shocked that we're not covering. Visit WeBoughtMike.net. Get every episode in your inbox. Join the Discord. Thank you, beautiful Discord WBAM fam. Patreon.com/WeBoughtMike. $5 a month. Support the show. And then we'll see you next week with Glory plus
Oscar.
Oscar preview, Project Hail Mary, and Ketchup. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.